Hey folks, welcome to Life on Beagle Road. I feel like it's been too long since we talked about the goats, don't you? But first, how about these adorable ducks in the yard? Kenny didn't even want them, but they're four-wheel riding ducks right here off the deck. Actually, the ducks are relevant to talking about the goats. Want to know why? They eat snails. Snails, you say? Why would snails be bad for goats? Goats don't eat snails. Well, you are correct. However, the meningeal worm is carried by snails. Wow. Thank you, Robbie. That was a generous pour. Robbie brought me a glass of wine, and it was a very generous pour. Apparently, he would like to play some video games tonight. Get me to leave him alone. He's not dumb. I'll give him that. Not dumb. Anyway, snails and goats. Why snails are bad for goats. The meningeal worm, which is a parasite carried by white-tailed deer, it's harmless to the deer, it passes right through them, but it is picked up by these snails. And although these snails can't travel very far, all you need is one of them in a pasture or near a pasture to pick up one of these parasites, carry them into your pasture, and you will have dead goats, dead camelids, probably dead other stuff too. I don't know, but definitely those two. The alpacas actually get a monthly preventative to get rid of the meningeal worm because they are extremely susceptible to it. Goats are still very susceptible to it, but not as much so. Meningeal worm will not show up in a fecal sample because it quickly travels from the digestive tract into the nerves and to the spine and ultimately into the nervous system, and that is why it's such a horrible thing. But that's why it's nice to have ducks. Oh great, that's thunder. Good. My plan here was I wanted to move some goats. I wanted to do a little pasture rotation here because, as I always preach, number one thing to prevent parasites in your goats is pasture rotation. Let's see what we can get done before it starts to storm. Yeah. Gosh, I'm standing here second guessing myself. I thought Scarlett had settled, but she's here acting like she's in heat. She's flagging her tail. I'm gonna walk around and see if I can see any evidence of heat. I don't see any goo, but she's definitely flagging her tail. Standing over there by Mick. I have an idea. Find out if she's in heat or not. Okay, Scarlett's not showing any interest in Mick, so hopefully that means all is good and she is in fact bred. I think Scarlett, Rhiannon, and Little Zip are all bred for right around Thanksgiving. I've also bred Stevie, Honey Rider, and Zipper for right around New Year's. And I actually think Dandelion Honey is in heat as well. Let's check that out. Warning for this next section. If you do not want to explain to your children how babies are made, do not watch this with them. If you are offended at how babies are made, do not watch this. It's animal babies, it's not human babies. Calm down. However, if you do want to explain to your children how babies are made and lead to a great conversation like I had with Robbie of, well, what do you do if you don't want the goat to get pregnant? This segment is for you.
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would. Watch out now. It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Watch out now. Everybody watch out.
Dandelion, you gotta get down. You can't do it up there.
I'm ready for a good time.
You can't do it up there. Get down.
The whole band's here and we came to move. Got a fresh haircut and 2 new shoes. We're here all night like we got nothing to lose. I'm coming out the jacket cause we're turning up the heat. I wanna see you clapping when you get up out your seat. It's time to make it happen when we hit these streets. I'm coming in hot and I can't be beat. Watch out now. Baby, watch out now. Watch out.
Mick, I don't think it's gonna reach. Nope. Wrong end. Come on. Oh, there we go.
I'm going out.
Phoebe, you were in the way of the money shot.
When I'm missing and I'm looking for love. Oh, I'm just looking for love. It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Watch out now. Cause baby, I feel real good.
All right, I'll stop following them around with the camera like a weirdo. Now really, I'm done. I gotta go move the fence. I'll leave Dandelion Honey in here with Mick for a couple days. Stevie and Zipper and Honey Rider have been in here with him for a couple days because they all apparently were on the same cycle and Dandelion Honey clearly wasn't far behind. So like December 28th to January 5th, gonna be pretty busy. Of those girls, Zipper is the only one who has historically gone early. So we shall see. Normally I wouldn't want kids that first week of January because of the farm show, but it looks like that is not going to be happening this year, and if it is, it's only going to be either virtual events or junior events. So Robbie will be able to participate by himself. He will show Scout, who hopefully at that time will be bred. So lots of goat babies. Whoop whoop, goat babies. We are going to be selling almost all of the babies this year. Our first round breeding with Mick may offer a buckling here or there, but primarily wethers out of the males. You know, lots of doelings from good milk lines available. So if you are interested in getting on the waiting list for one of our goats, please email admin@lifeonbeagleroad.com. Not everything is entirely updated on the website because suck it stuff. You can email me and ask me for any of their pedigrees and so on and so forth. I do think the does are up to date. I just didn't finish Mick yet. This is what happens and why Kenny gets so mad at me. I come outside to do something, which is move fences, and instead I'm like, oh, I accidentally made more babies. Guys, what are you doing? You guys were supposed to help me move a fence. I gotta figure out where exactly I'm gonna put this fence. I could come back this direction, which although is where we came from, everything has regrown very high. But they will eat it down really quickly, and I'm gonna have a lot to weed whack over here to get them into the newer brush over there, and it's close to the road, and I don't know. Freaks me out a little bit. Let's go look up here and decide if maybe up here along the driveway is a better place. I'll be honest with you, I do not think I can get this cleared out and get the fence moved and the shelter pushed up the hill before the storm gets here. So I'm gonna measure out the area, weed whack it, and then we'll see where we're at. We might have to actually move the fence another day, but at least I will be ready to do it then. I have two 164-foot fences that connect, plus a gate. So I'm gonna measure out about 300 and, what is that? That's 320 feet, so that I know I've got a little bit of extra. I'm gonna start in this area because I need somewhere flat and easy to get the shelter to. Okay, first take was a little bit too big. Let's try this again. Again, too big. I have an idea. Over here is the entrance to basically like a four-wheeler or tractor trail. Maybe we can put the shelter right in here. So let me try measuring that way. I have an actual area planned out. I'm gonna weed whack and then call it a night. So let's weed whack. No longer have any strings to weed whack stuff, so I guess tomorrow I'll just move the fence and it'll be up against brush. What you gonna do? And that, my friends, is life on Beagle Road. You come outside to move a fence, but instead you breed a goat, your kids play in the mud, you weed whack, but the weed whacker breaks. You measure some stuff inaccurately 3 or 4 times before you get it right, and then you say, I guess it's time to call it a night. Thanks for watching more of Vlogust. We're way behind on comments, but we so appreciate all of them. And you guys are just as funny as we are. We have obviously the funniest fans on YouTube. I love reading what you write, and we'll see you tomorrow.